All right, guys, let's talk about a niche that I have been a proponent of. I've been excited about. I've made money in for years, probably since 2020. I think it's probably when I did my first deal. And I am no longer a fan of this niche. Not only am I no longer recommending this niche, I am going to tell all of you to avoid this niche entirely. And I know some of you are like, oh, he's just trying to distract us. That's fine. You can think that. Go ahead and build a bunch of sites in this niche. Go ahead and run ads in this niche. I would love for you to go. No, I wouldn't love for you, but like you're going to go see how fast your money gets spent up if you're running ads. I want to talk about duct cleaning, okay? Now, duct cleaning is a niche. And by the way, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Nick Wood. I've been doing this rank and rent thing, this digital real estate. Clearly the pre-workout's starting to hit. I'm heading to the gym. I've been doing this digital real estate thing for 9 years. If you don't know what that is, then watch a few more videos. But essentially, we're building and renting websites for contractors, right? So I've been doing this for a long time. Made a lot of money, made millions of dollars, lost a lot of money, spent over $1.5 million just learning Google Ads. I've built and gotten rid of 150 of sites in the wrong city and niche. I mean, I've been in this for a while, okay? Let me see if I can park and finish my story here because sometimes I can't multitask. I'm just at the gym now. So I started getting this. So in 2020, I got into duct cleaning kind of by chance. I was just kind of focusing on my hometown, which was St. George, Utah, which is where we're at right now. And I remember my first deal that I got was here in St. George. Ironically, it was literally the week of the whole, I don't know what to call it, the pandemic, the outbreak. I met with this guy. His name's Joe. We went to this restaurant. We had lunch. And this is back when I used to try to pitch people in person. I don't recommend that at all anymore, and I still don't. I won't do it. Even if you're in town, I'll do a Zoom meeting. It's much better in my opinion. We signed the deal, and then like 2 days later, it was definitely within the same week, all this stuff starts happening. And I remember thinking, dude, I'm gonna lose this guy. Like, this is such bad timing. Whatever. And I didn't. And I was already a little skeptical about this niche because it doesn't really check all the boxes. It is phone driven. It is, it does have good margins. It does have pretty good volume. It's not really branded, but it's not high ticket. Okay. It's not high ticket at all. You know, some of these jobs are $300, $500, $700 if you're lucky. But the only reason I kept doing it is because it has, you know, such low overhead, such high margins. It's like 95%. It's just a guy doing his job. So the deal worked. It worked pretty well. It's making some pretty good money. We ranked pretty quickly and, you know, did our ad strategy where we're running ads to supplement everything else. And, built a couple more projects, landed a couple more clients, and I've been recommending duct cleaning. And I always kind of give a caveat where I say duct cleaning doesn't necessarily fit the entire bill of what you guys want to look for in a niche, but it's close enough where you can make it work, okay? I've recommended it. I've given my okay. I've encouraged people that I know, family, everyone to go into, because it's what I was in, right? But I don't think it's probably been about a year ago, things have started to they started to just become very, very different, where at least in this town right here, it seemed like there was overnight like 5 times more competitors, which is one of the problems, okay? My rankings never changed. I'm still glued to the top of Google. The traffic hasn't changed. The amount of people that are searching for it hasn't changed. If anything, it's grown. But for some reason, the leads have just been tough to get, okay? So we got to this point where we got the deal and we were, you know, I think it was $1,000 a month. We were spending probably $300 a month. Then we started ranking. We started tapering that down. And then all of a sudden it kind of flipped, and we had to start spending money again. I had to like, well, let's bump up the budget. I think we probably thought initially it was seasonal, and we started bumping the budget back up, and we kept bumping it, and we kept bumping it, just to keep this guy happy, getting enough leads, to the point where it's like we're ranked number 1, and we're spending minimum 60%, or at least $600 a month on ads, just on Google ads. And we're still not getting enough leads for this guy, okay? And so my kind of last, and by the way, this is not just in this area, this is in multiple areas that we were in. My last kind of like, hey, let's try this was recently we dropped the Facebook ads training inside of Digital Landlord. We started teaching people how to do Facebook ads. And so we're like, you know what, let's throw some Facebook ads. Let's see if we can generate 10 extra jobs a month. Maybe we can bump down our Google ads, or maybe we have to do both. I don't even know. But we ran Facebook ads, and out of all the campaigns I've run, I've done a bunch of niches, and it's been working really well. You guys have heard me talk about it. Our cost per lead with duct cleaning leads in this city was like $63. Okay? $63, which means for me to get another 10 leads, that's $600. $660. The numbers just don't work, guys. So I just want to come on here and have the record be set that I do not encourage, in fact, I discourage anyone from this point moving forward, unless something changes, from going into duct cleaning. It was already kind of teetering on the edge, but there was enough profit margin in there where it kind of made sense. And now we've reached a point, with my experience, with the amount of money that I've spent, the amount of effort I've spent trying to save these deals, and we do still have the client because we have that relationship, and we're going to do everything we can. Honestly, I'll spend all the money if I need to because he relies on our leads. But you are not going to catch me going into another duct cleaning city niche combination. I even had one of my old clients, reach back out. He's like, hey, I'm starting the business back again. Can you get me leads? And we're looking at the city and niche, and it's just not it, man. Duct cleaning's out. What's going to replace it? I don't know, but that doesn't mean that it affects any other niches. I'm just giving you guys an update. I do not recommend duct cleaning. Now I'm going to go to the gym.